the Nigerian government is still insensitive to the cries of the Ijaw people. 2, the efforts we have deployed, particularly those that have to do with militants, have not also yielded the required results. And that was why, when we met on the 4th, we decided to engage in intellectual militants, which require intellectualizing struggle and providing solutions. We have identified resource injustice as our major bane, and also the question of environmental degradation. And these two factors and the issue of neglect put together has made us slaves in our own environment, the poorest of the poor among the means that the abundant place God has placed in our hands. The Ijaw man and the Ijaw nation, in the midst of this quagmire, is left with 4 options. The very first option is to remain lethargic, complacent, and say, this is the situation we find ourselves. This is the situation we find ourselves, and let us just take it as the will of God. The second option is to create a conflict situation, because in this country, the language held by the government is the language of conflict. And second, a conflict and continuous agitation, because all that the Ijaw people have gone through over the years is the product of a struggle. You can name them, right from the creation of River State down to the interventionist agencies that we have in the Ijaw land. They were all products of the Ijaw struggle. That means that we have never received anything on the platter of gold. In fact, we struggle to get things, we also struggle to sustain them. And that is why the Ijaw man will continue to support the governor of River State. We will say it and say it once, twice, as many times as possible. The Rivers project is an Ijaw project. Siminalayi is a product of the Ijaw struggle, and it is the responsibility of every Ijaw man to sustain him in power. Now the third option is to say that since the Nigerian government has decided to be insensitive to our lives, we take the option of seeking independence. We still leave this country. That's the fourth option. We leave this country and declare the Ijaw Republic and govern ourselves. Manage our resources. Manage our resources. Manage our time. In a true federal state, pay our taxes. The fourth option is to do what we are doing now. Is to rethink, to recalibrate, to re-strategize, to apply the window and mirror approach, looking at those areas that we need to upgrade amongst ourselves, particularly our attitude and aptitudes and appetites, to know our strengths, to know areas of comparative advantage, to also have linkages with experts, with consultants who can collaborate with us to lift us from our state of poverty and underdevelopment of misery to where we should be as a nation. Simply saying, well, what I'm saying simply is that the era of lamentation for Ijaw people is over. Let us take the bull by the horn. Let us also look inwards and see what we can do for ourselves. I usually ask this question. Today, the entire nation is talking about restructuring. In fact, the Northerners have people joining and said, if you think that restructuring is for you alone, we want this country to be restructured. But the fundamental question is this: if this nation is restructured, and restructuring goes beyond the issue of devolution of power, it talks about addressing and annexing your potentials. Are we ready for that? The answer to that question is no. We're also in a nation that is undergoing complex and sporadic changes. Some eventualities can happen. The Ijaw nation is not politically, economically, socially ready. The essence of this meeting, therefore, and the entire conference, is to put the economic and political resources of the Ijaw nation together so that we can think and rethink our future. We can plan the destinies of our people, those who are alive and those who are yet to be born. The essence again is to look at ourselves and tell with frankness areas we are doing well and areas that we have abundance and what we need to do with those abundance, so that in the eventuality of restructuring, and when we talk about resource control, we must have seen our areas of our comparative advantage, prepared ourselves. We must have also gotten self-profiling as to what we need to do and what. Because if you don't plan for anything, you become a subject of people's plans. If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for everything.
That means the people that own me, I greet you. First of all, may I thank the organizers of this program, a program that I have believed in within me all of my life, and that my humble self is today part of this program. I congratulate all of us. I also want to take this opportunity quickly to thank the Ijaw nation for publicly again recognizing and voicing the fact that what Rivers State is going through today is not just a Rivers State issue, but it is indeed an Ijaw issue. And I want to thank our father, Ike Clark, for everything he has done, and we know he will do, and the whole of the Ijaw nation. I thank you very much on behalf of the state. If we say that we, today, in 2024, are not ready for any change that we may choose in Nigeria, whether it be the fourth change or the fifth change, which is what we're doing, then we dishonor our forefathers before us, the likes of King Koko, Adakaboro, Ernest Okoli, Melford Okilo, and King Jaja of Opobo. Today, at this very moment, some may say that we are not ready. We are not ready because some of us give people the impression that Ijaw people are not ready. Some Ijaw people may not be ready, but some Ijaw people are ready for any eventuality, and I am included in some of those people. Thank you. We must agree as a people that we have put up for too much, not just enough, too much. We have put up for too much. We have heard once again that certain people people in certain areas are prepared for certain changes that we have been demanding for. In 2014, I was in the national conference, and I was in the Committee of Devolution of Power. And there I saw, and I was totally and absolutely convinced then that I was raised to know that I am different from anybody else in Nigeria, and that I was possibly put into this country that is called Nigeria. I was raised to know that I could, as an Ijaw person, at any time choose to not be part of what is oppressive to me. It is a right. In the physical eyes of Nigeria and the world, and the physical thoughts of Nigeria and the world, it may seem that we are not ready. But in my own mind and in my heart, we are ready, and we must show that we are ready. Starting from this, we must show that we are ready. We're talking of blue economy, and we've been told that we own 65% of what is going to be the blue economy. I do not think that the blue economy should start without the Ijaw people playing 65% of the role. We should not hand over the blue economy the way we handed over the resources of oil and gas. If we have not learned anything, in my lifetime at least now I can see very clearly that we have to insist that we head the blue economy that is in our places to head, and that nobody else should come and head the blue economy that is in your lands. We are indeed ready, and that this is the time and this is the place that Ijaw people will start that movement of saying it is either we are part of what we own or we take what we own. There is no crime in that. There is no sin in that.